It kind of makes me nervous for my family stuff.
Tonight on Fox 55 News, a woman is behind bars after police say she shot her boyfriend 6 times. What witnesses told police the woman said right after she shot him. Plus,
vaccines, I think they've given everybody the confidence that we're headed in the right direction.
the show must go on, how Allen County theaters plan to adjust its opening as Governor Holcomb loosens restrictions. And later.
I was feeling pretty crazy for the first month or so, and it's like I'm not getting better.
Frustrated and concerned how Parkview plans to help people still fighting off COVID-19 symptoms. Fox 55 News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Chris Malooly. Thanks for joining us. Well, if you look outside right now, right outside our station, it is pouring out. And tonight, shower storms, strong winds moving through our area. We'll start tonight with meteorologist Alita Donnelly. She's tracking the rain, and she's in with the latest. Alita.
We're just going to continue to see these showers, and we may hear a few rumbles of thunder as these showers and even a few storms do move through the area, but really our big factor is going to be the wind. So pretty much for everyone, we're starting to see more widespread rain building in, and some of this is going to be moderate to heavy at times, which may lead to some localized flooding in areas with poor drainage and also in low-lying areas as well, as we're expecting to see anywhere from about ½ an inch to 1.5 inches of rain. Now, as we take a wider look at satellite and radar, still more rain on the way, and that's what we're going to continue to see as we do move through the rest of the night. So as we take a look at some of these wind warnings as we do move through the next couple of hours and even through the overnight hours, Chris, some of those strongest winds are really going to happen from about midnight to about sunrise on Friday, and that's where we're expecting to see some wind gusts possibly reaching up to about 60 miles an hour in areas with those high wind warnings. So that's something to watch out for, as we may see some blown down leaves in the morning and also tree branches, but also, Chris, we may be looking for some trash cans down the street.
All right, thanks for that, Alita. And tonight, a Fort Wayne woman is in jail after police say she shot and killed her boyfriend Wednesday night. A probable cause affidavit says 26-year-old Bianca Hughes was in an argument with her boyfriend, Malik Dean. The argument escalated, ending with Hughes shooting Dean approximately 6 times. A neighbor says he saw Hughes over the victim after the shooting, saying, "Why did you make me do that?" Fox 55's Brianna Dahlquist spoke with the man's neighbors, who say they're not surprised something like that happened.
It wasn't surprising if there was a party that was going on over there.
Shannon Boyer had just got off work and returned to his home on Glenwood Avenue Wednesday when he saw an ambulance and police officers helping a man who had been shot across the street.
We saw the person being carted out who apparently had to go to the emergency room.
Fort Wayne police responded to the Northeast neighborhood about 10 o'clock and found the man lying in the front yard with 2 gunshot wounds. Boyer says although this is a quiet neighborhood, there's been multiple noise complaints and large gatherings at this house for months.
Normally speaking, before COVID, there was a lot of party and there was like loud music, and a few of the neighbors would get angry at that.
Brock Lilly just moved into the neighborhood with his wife and daughter and says the shooting is concerning.
It kind of makes me nervous for my family stuff. I just got married with my new wife and her kid and everything.
Lilly says not only does the community have to come together, but there should be stricter gun control laws.
I honestly feel like that people that have guns and stuff and carry guns should have gun permits. They should, you know, keep felons away from guns.
In Fort Wayne, I'm Brianna Dahlquist, Fox 55 News.
Hughes is currently charged with aggravated battery and 3 counts of domestic battery. A Fort Wayne man dies a little over a week after being hit by a taxi on Coliseum Boulevard. The Allen County coroner says 41-year-old David Sluss died on Wednesday at the hospital. The coroner says this was due to his injuries from the crash on Coliseum Boulevard on March 15th. Box offices selling tickets once more after Governor Holcomb announced the mask mandate is shifting to an advisory on April 6th. Local theaters are hopeful for that to return as well. Fox 55's Nico Panisi spoke with 3 local performance venues about how the governor's announcement will help them ensure the show goes on. Nico, what's in store for the next couple months?
Chris, a quiet year here at the Clyde Theater. The once-packed 2,300-person concert venue stopped booking national tours when the pandemic first hit. All those cancellations and postponements may be finally coming to an end.
Tammy Wally loves listening to
blues and jazz and classic rock.
She's seen plenty of concerts at the Clyde Theater.
My favorite was Melissa Etheridge.
But she and other concert lovers miss jamming out to live bands at the venue.
For people in this business, in the concert business, have gone a year without working, and that's really affected everybody's lives.
Executive Director Greg Cole says they're itching to get the drum rolling again.
Vaccines, I think they've given everybody the confidence that we're headed in the right direction. They're rolling out faster to more people than was anticipated, so I think that's kind of fueling the engine right now.
For the first time since shutting their doors last March, the theater will book nationally touring acts and schedule large-scale shows for late summer, early fall. Theaters across the city are excited to turn on their spotlights and fill their seats once more.
The superpower of arts and culture organizations is that we bring people together.
Arts United President Susan Mendenhall says although productions are starting up at the Civic Theater again, they're proceeding with caution.
We are going to still require masks at least through June 1st.
Governor Eric Holcomb announced Indiana would move from a mask mandate to an advisory on April 6th. Mendenhall says until everyone gets vaccinated, it's too early to remove the mask requirements. Carly Myers with the Embassy Theater agrees.
It's way too early for the Embassy to know the impact this news will have on the venue in the coming months. We're patiently waiting for guidance and parameters from the local Department of Health.
The Allen County Department of Health says masks are required at vaccination sites and state buildings, but ultimately private businesses can make their own decisions. At the Clyde, they're planning on scheduling concerts for early fall 2021. In Fort Wayne, I'm Nico Panisi, Fox 55 News.
Now a look at the most recent COVID cases in Indiana. The State Department of Health reporting 977 new positive cases. This brings the total to over 680,000. 8 new deaths brings that total number to 12,576. The 7-day positivity rate in the state is 3.4%. In our area, Allen County reporting 87 new positive cases. DeKalb adds 5 cases and 1 death. Huntington adds 8 cases and 1 death, while Noble adds 6 cases. Steuben adds 2 cases. Wabash adds 2 cases. Wells adds 14 cases, and Whitley County adds 8 cases. A look at state COVID vaccination numbers within the last 24 hours. 59,511 new doses have been administered, and that includes both doses of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine, as well as that single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine. 25,918 are now fully vaccinated in the state. Parkview Medical Center opening a clinic today for people suffering from COVID-19 symptoms. The mission is to reach those dealing with issues still months after first contracting the virus. Fox 55's Drew Fry tells us how they plan to help these long haulers.
Jody Click is still on oxygen. She still gets a 103-degree fever when she tries to be active. Click has been experiencing COVID-19 symptoms since March 19th of last year.
I was feeling pretty crazy for the first month or so, and it's like I'm not getting better and I'm not getting better, and everybody says I should be better by now, and so that was kind of frustrating to think you're the only person not getting better at first.
But Click isn't alone. Parkview Health opened a clinic this morning to help research and treat what Dr. Fenlei Chang calls post-COVID patients, or long haulers.
This is not crazy at all. This is absolutely real, and this is what the options perhaps we can do.
Some symptoms last weeks or even months after contracting COVID-19. Chang says every person is different, so his clinic is looking for patterns in those who still aren't fully recovered.
We need to put it in the domain of science. And the science says that we need to objectify the symptoms. We need to be able to quantify the symptoms. So when we have a treatment options, we can look at effect objectively.
Chang doesn't have all the answers just yet, but with a team of doctors across multiple practices, he's optimistic about being able to help.
If each individual we can help to improve the function, even recover a week earlier, it's worth it.
Parkview isn't taking walk-in meetings, so they say people concerned about lasting symptoms should seek a doctor's referral. In Fort Wayne, I'm Drew Fry, Fox 55 News.
The clinic right now is starting small with only about 10 patients per week, and Parkview says it hopes to expand that size in the future. The East Allen County School District is working to improve the mental health of its students in the classroom. The school district declared Friday, tomorrow, Social Emotional Learning Day. Students will be coached on how to develop and strengthen their emotional intelligence. This can improve their relationship building and decision-making skills. The district says students learn best when they're calm and self-controlled. Social Emotional Learning coach Molly Bernard says this practice benefits both children and adults.
We would often hear the phrase, just leave it at the door and come in and learn. But we realize that's not easy for us as adults, and some of our kids cannot do that. So we all need to get to a place and into the right brain state where we can learn. And we know that learning is controlled by our emotions. We are all learning and developing throughout our whole life. Through practicing it as adults, we're becoming better. So the learning doesn't stop, and we have to be able to do this all together.
And for more information about social emotional learning, you could visit this story on our website, WFFT.com. Coming up, the suspect accused of killing 10 people in a Colorado grocery store makes his first court appearance. Plus, President Joe Biden highlights the progress his administration has made with the COVID-19 pandemic, what issues he plans to focus on next. And later, the CDC advises against unnecessary travel this summer to help slow the spread of COVID-19. What advice AAA wants you to know if you need to travel.